My experience with Casa Colina really started in 2015. I'm a professional cyclist and a member of the US Paralympic cycling national team as a paracyclist. And I was on a training ride with my husband, and 3 or 4 blocks away from Casa Colina, actually, I was hit by a car and suffered a mild concussion and had to undergo vestibular rehab, and have loved Casa Colina and the staff and the environment ever since. In 2021, I had just been named to the Team USA roster for my second Paralympic Games in Tokyo, and I was actually nominated for an SB for Best Female Athlete with a Disability. And my husband and I went for a local training ride, a group ride on Wednesday night, and I don't remember any of it. I don't remember 5 days afterwards. And I learned over a series of days that I had hit my head on the pavement on this training ride. I guess about 7 of us crashed in this ride, and I was one of the unfortunate ones to crash towards the end. So I hit my shoulder and my head, and I suffered a couple skull fractures and a mild to severe traumatic brain injury that would require a lot of physical therapy. And the first place I wanted to go was Casa Colina.
When I first examined Samantha, some of the issues that are a result of the traumatic brain injury that I needed to address were the balance issues, dizziness, headaches, difficulty with head-turning activities, in addition to addressing reaction time, cognition, and other aspects. But the main symptomatology that really had to focus on, being that she was going to get on a bicycle, was the balance issues.
So my focus was getting back to where I was. I didn't realize the severity of the injury until they noticed that I didn't have correct eye tracking, that my neck was weak. I couldn't stand for an extended period of time. I couldn't walk past the driveway of my house. I needed help to get around, things that would require a little bit more physical therapy. The emotional side was way harder for me than the physical side. It was devastating. I remember asking my husband, does this mean I don't get to go to Tokyo, and just crying. It was hard. Yeah, there were a lot of days where the physical was easier. It was easier to focus on one step further past the driveway than it was to focus on the fact that I wasn't getting to go. I knew the importance of physical therapy, and I knew that Casa Colina provides the best physical therapy. We did a lot of movement because some of the eye tracking was problems with my inner ear on my right side. My neck and my head weren't turning quickly enough with my eye tracking. So then I got this little laser that I put on top of my head, and I would have to look at an X on one side of the room and an X on the other side of the room, and turn my head to a metronome and have the laser actually hit to the metronome beat. I was definitely pushed to my limit, and I think I ended up even better than I was before I started. So once I found out that I was not going to be able to go to Tokyo, the focus became Paris. I wanted to go to another Paralympic Games, so that became the target. I needed to be even better than I was before. So I did every race I could that year. I won every road race I was in. I won 2 world championship medals. I think it was 13 months after I got hurt, I became a double world champion.
Samantha had a remarkable recovery, in part because of her spirit, her tenacity. I mean, she is an ambassador for her sport. She's now an ambassador for injured athletes that have had a traumatic brain injury. So it was great to see that she got back on that bicycle, continued to dominate as an Olympian, and it's just been an impressive recovery.
Casa Colina changed my life. I know that I would not be where I'm at without them. If I didn't have them, I don't know where I would be. The physical therapy, the support, the friendships, they helped me become world champion.